Hello, welcome to 2.5 Dwarves. I'm Ribs, and I'm playing Dwarf Fortress. Yeah, dwarves, castles, all sorts of fun stuff. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make this a tutorial, kind of. Depends on how long this fort actually survives. But, let's see, we want a large world, because, I mean, you want it to be large. History, always short. If you're new to this, definitely go very low on these two, and I just always make this frequent because anything less just really sucks. So yeah, it's basically how to create the world, but now I just sort of wait a while, and I think I'll pop back when I am done with all of this. So yeah, be right back. Alright, when the generation starts, you get all of this stuff after it's done generate the world, and as you can see, we're in the Age of Myth. It's the year 52, and there's been 15,000, I don't know. We're just gonna stop it there, because if you leave it to go too long, it'll just, some of the people will eventually die out. Usually the goblins or the elves or something. But, yeah, when we're done with this, just hit U, and it will... Wait. Yeah. So it's done with that. Enter. We'll offload all of the units. And then we get to pick what to do with said world, which is going to be Dwarf Fortress mode, because there's 3 modes. There's going to be Dwarf Fortress, Adventure, and Legends. Dwarf Fortress lets you basically make a fort with dwarves in it, survive as long as you can. Adventure, you get, it's kind of like a roguelike, you get 1 dwarf and you have to get a party together, go on quests to slay vampires and beasts and whatnot. But just hit start playing. This is gonna be ours because, yeah, just yeah. And Legends mode is actually, it shows you all of the historical figures and all the major events that have happened. It's really not so much of a game mode as it is just seeing what has happened in the world. But now we're on this screen. If you look in the top left, you get the local view, which is basically what's in every square of the region view. And then in the world, and then in every sort of screen full of the region is basically a world tile. And if you hit shift, you go down a few at a time. But, you know, and on the side you can see we're in a tropical savanna right now. It's very hot. There's not really anything. It's very full of scary beasts and whatnot, and doesn't have a lot we want. And what we do is we hit F, I believe, and we can find a location that fits what we want. Let's see, I would probably do the same as I'm doing. Yeah. Do everything I'm doing the same, except I would probably make this low if this is your first one, because you're gonna have enough problems without large monsters trying to eat your dwarves. And we hit enter, and we'll search every single tile on the map for a spot that fits our requirements. And yeah, I will get back to you guys when it's done searching, because it's only searched 12 blocks so far. So yeah, be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. One slight change. Instead of evil on low, you want to put it on not applicable or in /A, because if you don't, you get the nice fluffy little places full of evil unicorns and whatnot, and you really don't want that. So, I'm gonna hit escape. Right there, we got everything we need instead of having it be something we don't want. It's everything we want. If you hit F2 or F3, it'll change what it's showing you. And let's see. Oh yes, Dwarf Fortress definitely does not look like this in its original state, because I'm using a little tile set or graphic set or whatever you want to call it, called Mayday, which I will link to in the description. Also would recommend getting a thing called the Lazy Noob Pack, which comes with basically everything you need. Does not come with this tile set, so I'll link that, and it's really not that hard to figure out if you've ever tried modding Minecraft or anything. And yeah, I'll just pop back when we've found a spot I'm interested in. So yeah, I will be right back. Alright guys, I found a nice little spot right by these mountains. We've got a river, it's nice and warm here, so our dwarves aren't gonna freeze. The goblins we're at war with. We got all 4 neighbors. Unlike last time when we had that tower, this shows our civilization. Oh yeah, I'm doing all this by hitting tab, by the way. Don't think this really matters too much. This shows that we're kind of high in the lower corner of our Embark area, and this shows we've got some high cliffs, and then it sort of comes down, which I kind of like. So yeah, there's not much not happy with this. So we hit Embark. Oh yeah, and if you hit Shift or Caps Lock and hit L, H, U, or M, it will change the size of the Embark area, and if you just do regular, it'll change where the Embark area is. So yeah, I don't experience lags, so yeah. And now, always prepare for the journey carefully. Although anyway, so yeah, this is where we get to choose what our dwarves are going to be like. And if we hit V, he's quick to tire and very sociable, mighty, agile. Let's make the agile one our woodcutter, since you're going to be spending time outside. Never sick, durable, never sick and mighty. Another very agile guy. Okay, fine. So, let's see. Since you're so agile, let's make you a miner. And let's see. What I'm doing is basically hitting the plus or minus keys to change what our skills are for our dwarves. And so you're going to be a carpenter. You are going to be a mason. This means we need a warrior and a grower / brewer. But you're weak. So you get to be our grower / brewer, and before I go and give our last guy what he is, I'm going to switch to this screen, unless you have more than one woodcutter, which I don't really believe why you would need to. Only have one battle axe. You don't need an anvil because you can buy one later from caravans. Let's see. We're gonna have 2 more types of these, so instead of putting 100 into just dwarven beer, we're gonna have ale, wine, and I believe rum. because it'll make the dwarves happier if they have some variety to pick from. We're going to get a few plump helmet spawn, which is what dwarves eat all the time. These are just sort of seeds for dyes or alcohol or stuff, really. No, I don't want extra yak wool, but I do want a 2 war dogs for protection and 2 cats to eat vermin or rats. Don't really need louse brain. I do need plump helmets though. Lots of them. Just have 5 of those. Because we do need the lobster for shells for when our dwarves feel like they want to make something special and will not give in to just not doing it. Don't need quivers. I'll keep a bucket just in case. Don't need those and don't need that. We will, however, need a silver warhammer for our hammer dwarf, which I'm going to make soon. Going to need... let's just get some more lobsters. Yeah. Silk. This is going to be also the same reason why we have so many lobsters, is for when our dwarves decide that they're too cool for being normal and want to make something special. Yeah, I'll get into strange moods when I actually have one to show you about. Oh yeah. And need a hammerman slash fighter slash dodger slash swimmer. And having him as a swimmer is very important because since we have rivers, they don't really choose where they dodge, they just sort of do it, and sometimes they'll just run right into a river or off a cliff. But since we don't have a falling profession to choose from, we'll just have to go with swimming and take care of one of the things. See, we're gonna need a lot more plump helmet spawn. And we're going to need our rum. And our wine. Yes. And we're gonna have about 164 points left. So let's just get some more of these. See, am I forgetting anything? No, I don't believe I am. Oh yes, more plump helmets. Since these are basically what the dwarves are going to be eating. And let's just get some prepared kangaroo heart. Sure. Some extra food. Make them a bit happier. And is there anything else we need? No. Oh yes, I also want to put some into our woodcutter. Some dodging, just in case somebody decides to surprise him, he'll at least have a chance. And then we can just go and get some more plump helmets and some extra seeds. So yeah, this is what we're going to be setting out with. This is what our dwarves are going to be, and I'll probably rename them as, if you guys want, first come, first serve, you know, all that stuff. And we're done. We hit, actually, hold down for go capital F, we can name what our fortress is. Right now it's Vacitum Square Door. Hit R till I find something that amuses me. Dastos Swordman, Page Dwebed. And you can also sort of pick what it is manually, but that's no fun. Sure. Escape. And if we go G, or capital G, where Dacost Shadmouth, the Floor of Confusion, Dald, the Complex Rack. Some of these names. Sure. And yeah, I believe that is everything. So yeah, hit E, and have arrived after your journey, almost no supplies, yada yada yada, strike the earth, enter, and we wait a second for this to load, and ignore, if it says it's not responding or anything, it's a lie. It's just taking its time to think. Game's lying. And yeah, first thing you want to do, pause it. First thing, no matter what. Make sure it's paused. And yeah, I will go over and show you guys everything else next time. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, join the Dwarven Army, literally and figuratively. So yeah, peace.